scars in my face. But first, a little announcement. You might have noticed, but the lighting is different. I got my new studio lamp in, so I have it in front of me right now. I think it looks great. I think it also makes the camera quality a bit better, so that's awesome. But without further ado, let's get started about my scars. So, you might have noticed them, you might not have. They're both in my face. So, the first scar that I got was when I was really little. I have it on my lip here, right there. I got it when I was like 2 or 3 or something. When I was very little, I was running through the house with socks on. So what happened was that I was running around playing a game or something, and I ran into the kitchen. So we have our house, like, you have the kitchen and you have the living room over here, and you have the kitchen here. So I walked into the kitchen and I fell because I slid on the socks, which was very slippery. So what happened then was that we have like these we had those stone feeding bins for the cats we had, and as bad luck I have, I fell and my lip fell directly onto those stone feeding bins for the cats, the feeding trays. So what happened was I fell with my lip directly on it, and my lip was split in half. So if it would happen again, I would be able to move my lips like this, like separately. So that happened. My parents came over. I was at first unconscious. So in the beginning, my parents thought, "Oh my God, he's dead." But soon enough, I began crying. So what happened with them was, my parents called 112. That's the number here in Europe or in the Netherlands. And as luck would have it, there was an ambulance really close by going through someone else. But our case was a little more urgent, so they came right to us, like they were at the house when my parents were still on the phone with them. So they then I got into the ambulance. I don't remember, this was told me later. In the ambulance, went to the hospital, and I had to stay in the hospital for a night. After that, they had a plastic surgeon close my lips again. So it's a pretty nice, it's a good looking scar. It's not ugly or something. It's also done from the inside, but you can't see that already. So it was split, and so the I had to stay in the night in the hospital because they were testing if I fell because I had epilepsy. So they wanted to know if I fell because of that or if I just slid. So I had to stay for a night there. My dad was with me, and they put all these little sucky things like octopus thingies. They put them on me, and they monitored me all night, and they woke me up sometimes because they need to test if I have epilepsy. So but after that little research, they found I don't have it, and I was able to go up. And that's the first story about my first scar that I have right there. All this time, I don't remember any of it, but yeah. And the second story is more recent. I remember everything from that myself. That's the story about the scar on my nose. You may see it. Take a good look. So you have here the red line from here going down. So we were at our little vacation house with my family, and there were friends there that I've known for all my life. So it was a hot summer day, or no, it was a wild spring day, and we went on and did a water fight with water balloons and water guns. And we did it on the streets because it's like the closed off park where not a lot of people come, so no cars are around. So, and our friends from the other house had friends over themselves, so there was a car on the street. Normally there weren't cars on the street there. So what happened was, we were playing, and all of a sudden one of my friends came up to me with a big bucket of water, like ominously going towards me, and I was like, oh, I don't want to get wet by that. So what I wanted to do was I was first walking backwards slowly, and what I wanted to do was turn around and run. But it so happens that the car I mentioned was right there when I turned around. So what happened was I turned around, tried to run away. I headbutted the back window of the car with my head so hard that the glass actually broke, so it shattered. So all those glass pieces came in my face. And I remember stumbling a little bit after that. It was pretty fuzzy in my head, and I just remember it only went like this and bleed. It was bleeding from my nose, so that still was happening. So one of the younger kids we were playing with went inside and ran and screamed for his mother, like, Bart is dying, Bart is dying. I was not dying, but... So what happened was, there was a piece of glass that cut my nose like that. So what happened next was, we called the ambulance, and they told them to have me lay down and put pressure on the wound. So they grabbed a couple of body boards and put them on the ground for me to lay on, because it was outside. And they had someone who is not good with blood have pressure on my nose, and they had to switch because she couldn't handle it anymore. So they were pressurizing my nose, sort of stuff, and my own parents were biking around. They were not at our little vacation home, so my sister called my parents and she said, like, oh, Bart hit a car and he has to go to the hospital. So my dad actually thought I was ran over by a speeding car, but that wasn't the case. But he thought that, so he was biking really fast home. He was super fast. He came back when I was about to leave with the ambulance. So then the ambulance came. They got me into the ambulance, and what they did was they removed the glass from my hair and my eyebrows and my lashes, because there was also glass in that, and they said that I was really, really, really lucky that none of the glass came into my eye, because I could have been permanently blind if that happened. So, if that happened, then yeah, that would not be nice. Of course, I was in the ambulance and I was wet clothes, so I had to change clothes because I was getting cold. Then they gave me a little syringe, and they put some tubes in me, just if something happened, they could put something in my system that would make it better. Then we went to the hospital, and then another plastic surgeon came, and I had like 12 syringes put in my nose to make it so that I don't feel the pain from the stitches. So the plastic surgeon put some stitches, and after multiple, like a couple of weeks, they went out and it was all back together, and I had to take care of the scar. But sometimes people don't see it, and they're both really good scars. They were stitched very good. So that was the story about my scars. If you like my content, leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.